Welcome to Countdown to Bragg. I'm Travis Milton, your host. Today's show is all about everything football here at Florida A&M University, leading up to the beloved homecoming matchup between the FAMU Rattlers and the Delaware State University Hornets. But before that, let's talk about how the Rattlers have gotten here. Starting with Game 1 as the Rattlers took on the Bulls of the University of South Florida. Offensively, the Rattlers struggled despite matching the Bulls for 72 total yards as they finished with 182 total yards being through the air. And while the Bulls added 550 yards in total offense. Junior quarterback Kenny Coleman came in during the second half in relief of starter Carson Royal, who suffered body cramps completing 14 of 29 passes for 135 yards. And Brandon Norwood led FAMU with 7 catches for 51 yards, along with Devondrick Neely, who had 4 grabs for 56 yards. The Rattlers eventually were defeated by the Bulls with a final score of 51-3. Now on to Game 2 as the Rattlers faced the Samford Bulldogs. The Rattlers were outnumbered in all aspects of offensive stats, but freshman running back Devin Bowers had a breakout game as he rushed for 146 yards on 10 carries for the night. And on the defensive side of the ball, defensive back Braxton Brown accounted for 11 total tackles on the night. The Rattlers came up short as they took on their second loss of the season with a final score of 58-21. On to the first Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference game of the season. Coach Wood's Rattlers took on the South Carolina State Bulldogs. In this matchup, the Rattlers allowed the most total yards in a single game against the Bulldogs. The Rattler defense fought to keep a rush-heavy SC State offense contained, but their efforts were not enough. The Rattlers were shut out as they went on to lose 36-0. Next, the Rattlers faced the Tigers of Tennessee State for their first home game of the 2015 season back at Bragg Memorial Stadium. The Rattlers fought hard as they were against a good Tiger team. They ended up finishing the quarter 7-7. FAMU continued to roll with the punches as they cut the lead down to 2 entering the fourth quarter, but the Rattlers ended falling to a Tiger team 30-14. Next, the Rattlers were on the road again as they went on to face Savannah State. The Rattlers were looking to add their first win of the season. Going into this game, the Tigers were looking for their first win in 2.5 years. FAMU quarterback Carson Royal completed 12 of his 21 passes for a total of 117 yards on the night. But his efforts weren't good enough to keep the win streak alive for the Tigers. The Rattlers fell 27-37, moving on to 0-5 for this 2015 season. And in their latest game, the Rattlers took on the North Carolina Central Eagles for their second home game of the season. FAMU quarterback Carson Royal and the offense really stepped up their game, completing 29 of his 47 passes for a season high of 337 total yards. The Rattlers recorded 396 total yards on offense and added their defense with a few key stops and turnovers, which really attributed to their overall play on the night. The Rattlers eventually fell to the Eagles with a last-minute field goal with less than 2 minutes remaining on the clock as they lost 24-27. All in all, the Rattlers have really progressed this season, and they are still in search for their first win. We shall see what's next in store for Coach Alex Wood's Rattlers as they take on the Delaware State University Hornets, for homecoming. And coming up after the break, we're checking in with Ashley Jackson as she talks about everything FAMU homecoming. We're taking it to the streets with students weighing in their opinions about homecoming with the hashtag What Makes Homecoming Special to You. Stay tuned. You're watching Countdown to Bragg.
Hi, my name is Ryan. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. What I like about homecoming is the band.
I'm Thomas Howell from Blountstown, Florida. What I like about homecoming is all the classes just about get canceled and everyone gets to spend time and be socialized and just have a good time.
I'm Kiara from Polk County, Florida, and I love FAMU, my HBCU. What I love about my HBCU is Marching 100, and I love the Step Show.
Hi, my name is Brianna Hammond. And my name is Ariana Hammond. And we're from Belle Glade, and what homecoming means to me is having a great time, enjoying the great food, and enjoying everything.
Yo, what's up? Favorite part about homecoming, free food, some of the free parties, That's about it, because I'm broke right now.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Miles. I'm a 2012 graduate of the Florida A&M University School of Business and Industry, where I received my bachelor's and master's in business. Currently, I work at Johnson & Johnson in New Jersey, and it's certainly a pleasure to be back on the Hill. Homecoming is a wonderful experience. While I was on the Hill, I had a chance to do so many wonderful things. I was in the band, I was a tour guide, I was Greek, I was Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. I was on the Royal Court, so graduate attendant 2011, 2012, a lot of fun. So it's just a wonderful opportunity to be back for homecoming. I brought my boyfriend with me, so just excited to really be back on the Hill. It's a wonderful, wonderful time.
Welcome back to Countdown to Bragg. I'm Ashley Jackson. First-year coach Kenny Carter has been very disappointed in his team's efforts to start the season going 0-5. Losing to their opponents, the Hornets have been outscored by 86 points with only 5 games into the season. Although the Hornets have began this year with a rocky start, continuing a 5-game losing streak has grown into a serious concern for both the coach and players. Look, guys, you all have to be there because the Hornets are coming for us and the Rattlers did not send for them. Both teams will be competing for their first win of the season, and they say that this Saturday will be the battle of the beaten. For FAMU TV 20's Countdown to Bragg, I'm Ashley Jackson.
Thanks, Ashley. Well, that does it for this edition of Countdown to Bragg. Stay with us for all your game day coverage. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Countdown2Bragg. I'm Travis Milton. Happy 128th Homecoming, FAMU. Go Rattlers.